of Maine, taking on your Eagles of Husson University. The NCAA North Atlantic Conference and Husson University promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at tonight's contest. Request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the Winking Complex. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the visiting Monks. A freshman forward, number 3, Rochelle Gerard. A freshman midfielder, number 5, Madison Chevrolet. A freshman forward, number 6, Isabella Littler. A sophomore midfielder, number 7, Sadie Terrell. A junior forward, number 13, Abby Jakes. A sophomore forward, number 14, Maya Warriors. A freshman defender, number 16, Emma Carsall. A sophomore defender, number 18, Chloe Grosso. A sophomore defender, number 21, Haley Brooks. A senior defender, number 29, Hannah Michael. And in goal for the Monks, the junior, number 88, Cassidy Collins. St. Joseph's is under the direction of head coach Rupert Lewis. And now, let's meet the starters for your Husson University Eagles. In goal, a senior from Westbrook, Maine, number 0, Kimmy Goddard. A freshman from Pittsfield, Maine, number 2, Leah Bouchard. A freshman from North Conway, New Hampshire, number 7, Tessa Capozzoli. A sophomore from Winthrop, Maine, number 8, Maddie Perkins. A senior from Old Town, Maine, number 10, Tegan Blackie. A junior from Ossipee, New Hampshire, number 13, Allison Drew. A sophomore from Pittsfield, Maine, number 16, Ella Lauder. A junior from Winslow, Maine, number 22, Carly Ramsdale. A freshman from Saco, Maine, number 24, Faith Tillotson. A sophomore from Winthrop, Maine, number 27, Abby Ross. And a senior from Naples, Maine, number 28, Julia Murch. The Eagles under the direction of head coach Caitlin Doloff, and she's assisted by Amanda DeHaze. Fans, at this time, we ask you please rise and honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to the Husson Eagles 2023 season opener for field hockey's Ethan Moss alongside Avery Henningsen. We're set for an exciting matchup between two fairly familiar opponents, the St. Joseph's Monks and your Husson University Eagles. It's going to be an exciting matchup, like I said. Avery, I think we're in store for kind of more of a defensive slugging match, so to speak. Two of these teams really have great defenses and historically have had a lot of trouble putting some balls in each other's nets.
Yeah, obviously the Eagles led by grad student Kimmy Goddard, excellent goalkeeper in net. She's really the backbone of this defense for this Eagles squad. But she's going to be going up against some tough opponents out there in these St. Joseph Monks. Number 14, Maya Warriors, last season set the single season goals record with 23. She definitely knows how to find the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely, and she might have a bit of a struggle against Kimmy Goddard, like you said. Has been just a stalwart backstop for this team who won the New England Collegiate Conference in field hockey just last year. As we get set for the start of the season, and just a moment here, it'll be the Monks with first possession, and the Eagles all ready to pounce on defense. Tapped off by number 14 for the Monks, Maya Warriors. Now up the side. This one defended by Murch now. She's going to work her way up to Tegan Blackie on the near side. Back to Murch. Expect the Eagles to be fairly aggressive early on. That was one of the things that first-year head coach Caitlin Dolph was really talking about in preseason, is this is going to be an aggressive team. It might be a little bit more aggressive than last year with a lot of new faces on the squad.
Yeah, the Eagles coming out in this one with 3 new freshmen out there in this starting lineup already. So bringing in some new talent to start the season off strong.
Good ball in from Murch, gets kicked away by Cassidy Collins, the keeper for the Monks, as they get a chance to clear it from just outside the shooting arc. Lifts this one up, tries to find Monks on the left side, or the far side rather. Foul called on Husson, as it'll be Sadie Terrell trying to get it upfield and puts that one out of bounds. Good stop from number 14 on the Monks, Maya Warriors. Again, we're going to be keeping an eye on her. She takes this one all the way up to the opposite side of the field, to the edge of the corner. This one poked by Abby Jacks. And a foul called against the Monks. Eagles trying to get it back the other way as it's Blackie on the near side.
Yeah, almost a nice little chop pass there by Warriors back into the middle. Had a couple players out there. Good defense from the Eagles to just kind of slow that one down, draw the foul, go back on the counterattack. So far, other than that one chance kind of up on the right side, it seems like the Eagles haven't managed to quite string together a few passes out there.
And the Monks, obviously, under the direction of Rupert Lewis in his 19th year, has been one of the most celebrated coaches in the region for field hockey, winning 4 GNAC championships and 5 times the Coach of the Year in that conference. So this is the team that really knows what it's doing, and a lot of that can be attributed back to Coach Lewis.
Yeah, like you said, you can really see the talented teams out there. Oftentimes, either it's a new young coach who's bringing in some new ideas, or it's a coach who's been there for a while and they really know their stuff out there and can really push a team forward. And it really helps with recruiting that you have that coach who knows the game so well and has that reputation as being a championship winning coach, Coach of the Year winner. You can kind of just keep bringing in good players.
Well, Abby Jacks goes on attack there and draws the penalty corner, the first one of the day for the Monks. And they took advantage of 211 total penalty corners last year, as it'll be Jacks set to hit it off. It's really important to capitalize on these chances. It's very hard to defend a good penalty corner hitting team. This one set up top to Warius. Shot saved, made by Goddard. Great kick save, as there to back her up is Louder. And they get the foul and stop the penalty corner. Huge stop for Husson early on in this game.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about right at the start of this one. Mentioned Goddard out there, just kind of a force in the back, and I really think a goalkeeper for a lot of these sports, kind of lacrosse, soccer, field hockey, goalkeeper is almost the most important position out there on the field. A lot of people think it's kind of that offensive player, but you can have a good goalkeeper who just doesn't allow anything past them. It allows your offense to not be as strong just because you're not getting scored on at all.
And this Husson attack really led by Maddie Perkins, after leading the team last year in goals with 10. Now here's Tegan Blackie to the edge of the shooting circle, into the middle. This one defended away. This one shot back in and knocked away by Hannah Michael. Collins was way out of goal there, trying to push up to Carly Ramsdell. As Husson will reset at the top, it'll be Allison Drew.
A good pass there, kind of right along the 5-yard line of the football field out there. It's kind of found its way right through the middle of the defense. Golden opportunity there for the Eagles.
Here's Ramsdell again, just outside the circle, puts it in, knocked away, and another foul called on the Eagles as it goes back the Monk's way, trying to take it up the far side. This one lifted up and right down the sideline, poked out of bounds by the Eagles defender, and another chance for the Monks to reset as they creep up the field. Sadie Terrell. Now poked away by the Eagles defense, heading back the other way. Tries to get it over to Blackie in the middle. And right there to handle it is Jakes. Working away up the far side now. Got a good run together too in the middle, and poked away by another good stand on defense. That's Abby Ross for the Eagles. Now up, and it'll be one of the first years, Tessa Capozzoli, to put that one in. Here goes Perkins on a run into the circle, and that one's going to be fouled just outside of the circle. So this is a good spot for the Eagles to really put a set piece out there and try and figure out how to get through this defense.
And they went fast on that one. Did not pay off for them. It'll be St. Joseph ball. I think one of the other interesting things to watch in this one, just from up here, it looks like St. Joseph bench is maybe 2 or 3 players down there, whereas the Eagles have pretty much a whole nother team out there on their bench. So we'll see as this game progresses. Obviously, good time of day for this St. Joseph team, I think, with a limited bench. Nice cool night here in Bangor. It was pretty hot during the regular part of the day, and this weekend's going to be hot. To have this game in the evening hours will keep those players cool out there.
Here's Perkins at the top. Miss hits it. There to try to pick her up for the Eagles is Murch. She's going to pass that over to Ramsdell, who's going to try and reset back towards the 40-yard line. Using the other side of the field now, as it'll be Drew looking to find teammate Murch again. And this tough defense for the Monks is not really letting anything close to that shooting circle.
The Eagles seem to keep kind of getting right around where that 30-yard line is, but can't manage to get much further up the field than that.
Now on the near side, on the attack is Jax, tries to find Warius. That one gets poked out of bounds before she can handle it. It'll be Murch to send it back in. Finds Drew in the midfield. Reverses field to the far side. Back to the middle. Mishandles that one. Perkins there to clean it up. Into the circle. She's on a run. That one. And a penalty corner for the Eagles. First one of the day comes about halfway into the first quarter. And the the Eagles are going to need to capitalize on this.
Yeah, the Eagles had 165 a season ago, and this is a golden opportunity here. You'd love to try to get up one in this one. That first goal by either team is the important one. Obviously, you can see it flip-flop, but you often see first team to score is the team that winds up winning.
Perkins taking it slow. She works her way to the right side. Shot, save made. This one poked back in, fighting for it by the goal. And out of bounds, I believe is the call. Fight for it right in front of the net. Collins made a great kick save to get that to her teammate in Hannah Michael.
Yeah, and that one was mere inches away, Ethan. I think that one was kind of dancing around right on that kind of goal line. Eagles players had a couple chances at it. St. Joe's managed to kind of knock that one away, though.
Again, we're really talking about this is going to be a defensive, really slugging match. This is two great defensive teams, and it's going to be a struggle to find some scoring here today. Another foul, and the Eagles, a promising attack killed by that, as it'll be Jakes trying to work her way up the near side.
The defensive skills of these two teams really, back to that kind of first goal thing I was talking about earlier, you can score against a team that's very defensive and not so much offensively, then it's a lot harder for them to kind of push back and score that goal right back. If you score against a very offensive team, then it's a lot easier for them to get that next goal. For a defensive team, they kind of have to come out of that shell and play up on a formation that they wouldn't normally play.
There's Perkins dribbling with it into the penalties, into the circle, and that one goes out of the end line, back the Monks' way. And the Eagles have shown a lot of promise on attack. They have dominated possession in their half of the field, and it feels like it's only a matter of time before they get that great look and put one in the back of the net. This one, another great defensive show, poked in the middle of Perkins. Now here's Perkins, fouled again. Continues to run with it in the middle. Trying to get there is Blackie. She won't get there as it goes back the other way. Now Jakes with a bit of room. Tries to find Waria. She's all alone, but getting back there on defense for the Eagles is Abby Ross. Good way to stifle that run.
A good defense there, closing in on the offense. Warriors had kind of a chance down that right side, but the Eagles managed to close fast, kind of push her away from the goal. Obviously, it's pretty hard. In field hockey, you can only touch her with that one side of the club face, so a lot of those shots kind of need to come from that right side unless you can turn your whole body. You're running with the ball on your left. That's really the only place that shot can come from.
Here's Blackie now able to poke it away, trying to find Murch to reset it. Goes out of bounds off of the Monks. Now Perkins here on the near side. Pass finds Amanda Frost into the game. Working her way on the near side, goes through one defender and gets fouled. Gives the Eagles a chance to slide up a bit, as it'll be Perkins to take right at the 40-yard line. And a weak send-in from Perkins is handled by the Monks. Now back to the Eagles. Allison Drew working away to the far side of the field. Harley Ramsdell threads a defender. Good pass into the middle for Drew. Here's Blackie, and that one gets knocked away. Blackie again, kick save made by Collins. They're fighting for it. And Blackie gets knocked down as it'll be time for another penalty corner for the Eagles. 3 minutes left in this first quarter, still no score. A little bit of game planning here for the Eagles.
Inserting for the Eagles, number 28, Julia Murch.
It'll be Murch to insert. Finds Blackie on the near side. This one goes straight in. Murch tips it, and it goes in. The first Eagles goal goes to Julia Murch. Great tip in, gets past Collins, and 1-0 Eagles here with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a great job by the Eagles. You saw them kind of stirring something in the pot on that one. Had Murch kind of hit that one into the middle and then just kind of lag her way right on that back post and was able to tip it in. I don't know if that shot was going in on its own or if Murch kind of just gave that one just an extra little nudge it needed.
It really looked like Collins was going to be able to get there with her leg to stop it on the kick save, and able to tap it over that was Murch just lurking in the corner like you said. Now the Monks trying to answer. Goes out of bounds, stays with the Monks. Now it'll be Sadie Terrell. That one called a dangerous play on the Monks. Now another run up the outside. It's Hope Bouchard now. Trying to work her way past the defense into the middle. That one just too wide and finds the end line. Possession goes back in favor of St. Joseph's.
Yeah, and that was a great step there by Hope Bouchard. Stepped right in front of that pass, took it up the sideline. That's a big chance there for the Eagles. Definitely what you want out of your freshman midfielders.
Now here's Arsenal. Draws another penalty corner. So 2 very quick penalty corners here in the last minutes of this opening quarter. This one comes a minute after the one that produced the goal by Murch. And another great chance for the Eagles. They're going to show a different look as some of the starters are getting a little bit of a rest. Phoebe Carlock on the left side. This one goes in to Bouchard. Now to Carlock. Up the middle, Murch again. Can't get there in time. Carlock with a good shot and stopped. Another penalty corner to the Eagles. As able to draw it off of 21, Haley Brooks. And another great chance for the Eagles.
Yeah, on that one, the Eagles were kind of doing what they did on that first goal with a couple extra steps, it seemed like.
Now here's Bouchard. Shot into the middle. Murch unable to get there for the deflection. And that one goes out the back. Monks will take over with 1.5 minutes and counting on the clock here in this first quarter, trying to get something back. Now the Monks with a little bit of room to run. Errant pass goes back to the Eagles, now just trying to waste some time. Leah Bouchard in the backfield as they're going to play a little bit of some triangle. This one up the side now. Eagles on another attack. Not really trying to waste any time. This one goes into the shooting circle, keeps dribbling in. And another save made by Collins, but it'll be a penalty corner for the Eagles. As again, that was Carlock right in the middle, just couldn't quite get her stick on it in time. That was a free ball right in front of the goal.
Yeah, I really think Collins has been having a great game in this one so far. Multiple nice saves, 1v1s against her. Obviously that one goal, but very difficult goal as a goalkeeper to defend out there.
Oh, here's Drew. This one, stick save made back out of the end. And that one will be out of bounds. Right on the line, close call. And they call it out of bounds. 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Monks got to hurry with it if they want to try and answer. And some miscommunication is going to pretty much stall out all of that time. About 10 seconds wasted. Now in the defensive end is Ella Lauder, trying to get it back to Bouchard on the far side of the field. Eagles back into the attacking zone again. Avery Baker on defense will stuff out the attack for the first quarter as the Eagles will lead it 1-0, showing some promise on both ends of the ball. As we're going to step aside for a moment and be back with the second quarter. Back here for the second quarter, Husson maintains their lead 1-0 over St. Joseph's. And it's been a close, hard-fought contest, really. The Eagles been dominating possession in the offensive zone. Avery, what are some adjustments you'd like to see from the Monks as they try to really get some points on the board here?
Definitely feels like they need some more offensive pressure. They let the Eagles just kind of have the ball too much on offense. I think you mentioned it, that the more chances you get, the more chances, or the more opportunities you're going to get to kind of score one on goal, whereas Monks really didn't have much of anything. They had one right off the bat, I want to say, and then there was one penalty corner, and then after that they just didn't really do much on the offensive side of the ball. That's something that needs to change in the second half.
Well, here's a good chance. This one stopped by Louder. That's Warius again working. This is about the best chance they've had since that opening couple of minutes in the first quarter. This one poked away by Terrell. Penalty goes against the Eagles. Terrell will reset it. Now Warius at the top. And fouled on that play, and it's going to come back the other way. Now here's Louder working her way up the middle, tries to find Perkins. That pass a little too strong. Monks trying to bring it back the other way.
And I think if you're the Eagles defense right now, just kind of put two players on Warius. It seems like every time the Monks get the ball on offense, that's who they're looking to. Obviously their top leading scorer, so there's not a bad idea with that. You have Randy Moss on your football team, you're going to throw him the ball kind of thing. But Eagles right now doing a good job just kind of stopping her, getting good opportunities out there. You can see the man mark out there. Number 28, Julia Murch, who's just kind of following Warius around as soon as it goes defensively for the Eagles.
Ramsdell puts one in nicely, unable to handle it as Blackie as Collins gets there. This one stays with the Eagles. Eagles once again on a good attack. This one poked away. Now on a bit of a run up past midfield. Here she goes. All alone is Warius. That one poked away by Leah Bouchard. Now Eagles going to come back the other way. Dangerous play called on 24 in the Eagles. That's Faith Tillotson.
Great defensive play there from Bouchard. One-on-one. It's not what you want to put your goalkeeper in if Warius had gone past her. Obviously the track record kind of leans her direction in that being a goal-scoring chance for the Monks, but a good step there on that one.
Now Perkins trying to make a run up the middle, gets it poked away. Blackie steals it back, and a foul called on her, not a clean steal. First 4 minutes gone, almost, in the second quarter. And hits it with the wrong side of the stick for Littler, and go back the other way. Now just at midfield, Allison Drew will send it back. And nobody home on the other side of the field for Louder. A little bit of miscommunication between her and Bouchard. Now rolling with all the momentum are the Monks. There's Warius into the circle. That one kept alive by the Eagles. Back out and in. And foul called against the Monks. Good break for the Eagles. They had not too many defenders back on that one. Perkins sends that one all the way back. Trying to get her teammate and Capozzoli steal it back, which she does. Now into Blackie. Stick save and sent out of bounds by Collins. And that was a close call with Blackie right in there. And another penalty corner for the Eagles.
Yeah, we'll see what they try to kind of cook up on this one. We've seen them do a couple different things. Haven't stuck to one thing. Obviously, good kind of idea out there. You don't want the other team to kind of figure out your offense.
This one goes to Blackie. First shot is blocked. This one in. Back out to Blackie. And another penalty quarter awarded to the Eagles, as Blackie was just pretty much playing catch with herself off of a Monks defender. And she'll get another opportunity.
I want to see if the Eagles are going to go far side on one of these.
Tillotson inserts. Back out to Blackie on the near side. This one in for a goal. That one dribbled in just past Michael. And Blackie gets her first goal of the season. No goal is the call, actually. I believe they called that a high stick. As Blackie steals it back from Michael. Wins it back and gets it upfield for the Monks. Foul goes the way of the Monks.
Yeah, while that might not be a goal for the Eagles, that's kind of one of those plays that gets you a little bit fired up. A no goal is still better than kind of not even taking the shot at all. You get that goal, there's a foul play that goes against you. It can kind of give you some momentum sometimes.
Here's Perkins right outside the circle. Tries to go far side. Ramsdell is there, loses it to Littler. And another foul goes the way of the Monks. Now a chance to reset, push up field. Pass goes way away from the Monks and goes out of bounds about the 30-yard line. This is a matchup that ended 2-1 score last year. So very similar game to what we were treated to between these two teams just a year ago. Now here's Murch, finds Perkins. Back out. Stolen by the Monks. Now working their way on a nice attack, but blocked. And hanging tough on defense is Bouchard. This one gets through. Warius is free on the far side in the corner. Gets it back over to Jax. She's going to put it into the middle. This one poked away by Perkins. She's going to send it all the way upfield. Give the defense a chance to breathe. And that's going to go out of bounds. 8 minutes left on the clock here in the second quarter. And it really looks like the Monks have tried to up the ante offensively.
We've seen a few more chances here in the second quarter for them. Felt like in that first half, they kind of got that one chance and just didn't really try to push the ball up the field. Obviously, this Eagles defense, very, very good. But in this one, it seems like they might have opened the door a little bit more. For a team like the Monks, if you can kind of just keep cracking that door just a little bit each quarter, eventually you can open that all the way. If you can keep that game close, one goal lead's not that much with an offense that can counterattack as well as St. Joseph's.
We've already seen more chances for the Monks in just the first half of this quarter than we saw all of last quarter. And they're on another good one right here, as it'll be Terrell. Send it in. She puts that right out of bounds. Be Blackie to reset it. And Terrell again right at the 20-yard line for the Monks. Just trying to get something going here. Poked out of bounds by Perkins, loses her footing, trying to keep the offensive momentum going, and sends that one just wide of Littler, and that one will go all the way out of bounds on the far side. Really feels like the Monks just have to generate a chance to get a penalty corner, and they have a great unit for that, and gives them a chance to equalize. But right now the Eagles back on attack as it's Ramsdell on the far side. Working your way in. Now Frost sends it back. Blackie right in front of the goal. Kick save made by Collins. Here's Perkins trying to find the handle, can't get it. And that one poked away by the St. Joe's defense. And they can breathe a little bit better after that one. That one was a free ball, and Perkins just couldn't quite get the handle.
That was a nice pass right into the middle of the field. Like you said, Perkins kind of had a chance at it if she had gotten that one cleanly. It's a tough play to make. You're kind of running away from the ball. You have to get it from behind you with your back to it and just kind of let it get in front of your stick and time that all perfectly. But definitely a play that she could make.
There's Hope Bouchard on the far side making a run. Tries to pass it into the middle. Blackie all alone. Got to turn around. Gets it by. And a goal. This one's clean for Tegan Blackie. And it is 2-0 Eagles with just under 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
A great little spin there by Blackie. Managed to turn her back to the goal, spin, and shoot that one home for the Eagles. Right now they're rolling a little bit. We talked about it being a defensive battle. Not if the Eagles can keep putting up goals like this.
You've seen this Eagles offense explode, especially in NECC competition, now moving back to the North Atlantic Conference and really seeing some more familiar opponents from previous years.
She was very close to that one earlier, had a high stick call. It played against her out there, and I think I mentioned it when it happened, that those are the ones that can kind of motivate a player a little bit. Just kind of continue. You saw it in the I don't know if anybody watched that men's soccer game from earlier today that Husson played. One of the Husson seniors, Ben Shumway, scored a goal. It seemed like momentum was lost for the Eagles after he got called off sides. And then minutes later, the Eagles scored the winning goal in that one.
It's very easy to... Sports is one of those things where momentum is really key, especially when it comes to more evenly matched opponents like we're seeing in this matchup. And like you said, momentum, even those missed goals that get called back, they can really help out the team with that momentum.
It's kind of an ebb and flow. Both teams kind of going back and forth against each other. Kind of just need that sort of metaphorical seventh wave, I guess. Every seventh wave is kind of considered the rogue wave of the group, and if you can get 7 chances on top of each other, eventually one of those is going to be that one where you can get that special chance to score.
Good defense from the Eagles. As Louder was there to intercept, now turns it upfield. Here's Frost. She finds Carlock on the outside. Carlock making a run on the outside. She's got 2 Eagles in the middle. Puts it there. Frost gets a handle on it. Tough defense from Hannah Michael, and a penalty corner awarded to the Eagles. Now 3.5 minutes left in this quarter. Another great chance. And again, at this point, we see most of the starters offensively taking a rest. And a fresh group out there for the Eagles. That's the advantage you were talking about early on in the broadcast. Now at the top, it's Avery Baker, sends it in, and that one gets by, and that was Allison Drew sending that one in off the deflection. A great shot from Avery Baker right in, and it's now 3-0 Eagles.
Yeah, and that one was sort of kind of a draw play sort of play. Send it out top, let that defensive players kind of bring their way back out, pull them all out of the goal, and then send it right back into the middle rather than taking that quick early shot. And it worked perfectly there for the Eagles.
Really important for St. Joseph to try to answer here. The Eagles give them a tough time. It'll be really important to try and get a goal before half. Carry something into the locker room and talk it over. Try to mount a bit of a comeback for the Monks. And right now, the Eagles defense not wanting to let that happen. one poked away yet again. Sent back in, knocked down by Drew.
Drew really being a two-way player in this one has made some great defensive plays and just helped out the offense on the tail end.
Here's Carlock again. Has 3 Eagles in the middle. Baker and kick save as appeared that Carlock fouled the defender. And that one never feels good. Took what appeared to be a stick right to the shin, and that just hurts. Because these are very heavy sort of sticks. And
I know I picked up a field hockey stick for the first time this summer, and I was quite surprised. I was not really expecting. I was expecting it to be kind of more of a lacrosse stick type feel, that a little bit lighter and more aerodynamic out there. And you realize that it's kind of just a hard hunk of, I'm not really sure what they're made out of.
Hardwood, probably.
Wood, polymer kind of
yeah.
base down there.
That was Chloe Grosso on defense, as she will come off and take a rest.
And you see the whole rest of the St. Joseph's team there taking the chance to also get a rest out there on the field. I think we might start seeing some of that fatigue start to set in here. They haven't had any subs. The Eagles have managed to kind of keep, a lot of the defense has stayed out there, but that offensive group has been ever changing.
I believe Audrey Guerin came into the game for the Monks. Now just under 2 minutes as Hannah Michael will set it off again. Intercepted by the Eagles, another shot. Save made by Collins, back out to Bouchard. She sets it in again. Unable to find the handle is Frost. Fighting for it right out in front of the goal, and it goes the other way. As the Monks now 1.5 minutes left in the half. Going to get a chance to send it upfield. This one intercepted again by Drew. Another penalty, another foul called on the Eagles. Intercepted again by Bouchard. She's having a great day over there on the far side of the field. Into the middle, and St. Joseph's will elect to send it out of bounds as it goes back their way. .40 seconds and counting left in the half as the Eagles slow it down just a little bit. Intercepted by Jakes as she's making a run up the near side. Tries to feed it through, and that one's blocked. But she sticks with it, gets it back right on the edge of the circle, and the Eagles take it away. Back to the corner. Now wasting a little bit of time is Murch. They turn upfield. Carlock just protects, and the clock winds down. And the half is over as the Eagles take a 3-0 lead into halftime. 3 great goals from 3 different players. Again, we're going to see them contribute on all different levels. And we're in for a great second half, I would say.
That should be an interesting one. The Monks are going to have to be a little bit more offensive out there, which, like we mentioned, isn't really their strong suit. But when you're down 3-0, you got to start changing some stuff up.
We're going to step aside from Bangor. When we come back, it'll be the second half of St. Joseph College versus Husson University. Back here in Bangor, Maine for the second half. Husson Eagles leading 3-0 over St. Joseph's Monks. Apologize for that break in our broadcast. Lost power up here in the booth. Just got that back just in time for the second half. Ethan Moss alongside Avery Henningsen. We will hopefully bring you the second half uninterrupted, as this has been a great contest so far. Eagles putting up 2 goals in that second quarter, including a unassisted goal from Tegan Blackie. As the Monks now get their opening attack poked away by the Eagles. Fight for it at midfield and get sent out of bounds. Now it'll be the Monks on their way upfield. And a couple of errant passes. That's been a little bit of an issue as they have gone along. Now trying to turn it upfield are the Monks. On the far side, it'll be Littler. Now gets a little bit too strong on that pass, trying to find Warius. She sends that one out of bounds. It will stay with the Monks now at about the 30-yard line on the attack.
Yeah, and the Eagles here now have the opportunity defensively. You're up 3-0. Obviously, we talked about it, their game last year. They lost 2-1. Now, a very good defensive team. You can sort of not park the bus, but more take less risks. That your defense will be more defensive-minded and less offensive-minded out there. You're not losing the game. You're not real close either. You're up a comfortable amount that even if you give up 1 or even 2 goals in quick succession, you're still doing fine out there.
You can settle in, be a little bit more comfortable. And especially with this defense from the Monks, it feels good to put up 3 early and try to keep that momentum going. Turn around a little bit of a slide against the Monks. Lost their last 3 dating back to 2018. As this one is sent out the end line. And the Eagles will get possession. It'll be Bouchard. Excuse me, that'll be Louder to send it upfield. Just over the head of Blackie now in a foot race for it. She gets there. She's got Capozzoli free. Out in front of her, tries to get it through. And defense for the Monks able to stop it out. But here's Perkins, steals it back. Works her way through a couple of defenders, now onto the circle. She shoots, and it just goes wide. Just right on the edge of the circle, too.
Couple nice little moves there by Perkins inside. Gave herself the opportunity.
It's important to get that first step on a defender like you had mentioned earlier in the first half. This one gets taken back out by the Eagles. Now Blackie finds it in, tries to get it to Capozzoli, and that one goes out of bounds. Again, at the 25-yard line, bringing it in is Perkins. She is fouled and will reset. Now Perkins sends it back to Drew. Drew back in and shot and hit out by the defensive Grosso. Bit of a high shot from Capozzoli. And the Eagles with another opportunity, gets it stolen by Warius, but right back to the Eagles. Monks fight for it back. And a great bit of possession by Littler. Tries to get it up to Warius, but gets knocked away by the Eagles defense. As now it'll be Tillotson on the near side, working her way up, finds it into Blackie, and a foul called on Blackie. She was all alone in the circle. And a bit of a high stick. Again, she had a goal called back earlier, later redeemed herself with a beauty out from just about the edge of the arc. Here's Ramsdell on the near side. Puts it in, and St. Joe's fights for it. Ramsdell working with it towards the center of the field. Gets it back in. Blackie tries to get there now. Foot race to the corner. Capozzoli gets there, stays it, keeps it in bounds. Fighting for it with Michaels. Who puts it just out of bounds on the near side. Eagles in a nice position. Try to put another one up on the board. And a penalty corner for the Eagles. Great opportunity here.
Yeah, and this offense is not slowing down out there. They keep pressing this St. Joe's defense every second they get.
This is a team that Coach Dolph had said is really going to be aggressive. They've been working a lot on building a great team and being more cohesive and working together as a unit. We've seen that start to play off well as it's Blackie at the top, gets it in, and a dangerous play as possession will go back to the Monks. Now Grosso sends it upfield. On the far side, it's Jakes. Just loses the touch, and it goes out of bounds back to the Eagles. And those are the little mistakes we've seen the Monks make that feels uncharacteristic, that has really flipped the momentum in the Eagles' favors. It's Perkins now into the middle. Unable to get there in time was Murch, or Tillotson rather. That one goes out of the back, off of the Monks, and it'll be the Eagles retaining possession at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the Eagles have done really well in transition and just not really allowing the Monks to work it up the field. The only chances that St. Joe's has got has been on long through balls, but these little passes inside have just not been working against this Eagles defense, which I think is really harming the St. Joe's offensive attack out there.
That's Capozzoli called for the foul. And it goes to Hannah Michael. The chance to clear. This one, errant pass, goes straight to Ramsdell. She's going to try to get it right back up into the middle. It's Blackie in the middle. She's got a chance again, back out to Perkins. Perkins, a great dribble. Tries to put it in, knocked away by Michaels. And fighting for it right in the middle. And the defender for St. Joseph's. That's Madison Shivari, wins that battle. Now turning upfield for the Monks, putting a little bit more pressure on the Eagles defense than we've seen. Still doesn't quite pay off as it goes back the Eagles' way. Long pass gets by Perkins, and now fighting for it in the middle is Capozzoli. Turns around the defender, now on a bit of a run. She's got Blackie in the middle. Blackie redirects it and puts it in. Right past the dive of Collins, her second goal of the night. Now 4-0 Eagles as they keep rolling here. Appears to be a little bit of a discussion on this one.
That was a great run by Blackie there on the backside.
Goal is upheld. So second goal of the night for Blackie, and just a great redirect around Collins. Great pass from Capozzoli.
Yeah, great pass to that back corner. I think those late runs can be very dangerous for a defense. You don't always catch that player. Blackie kind of got in behind them, was able to just kind of get something on it. I don't even know if she really got much stick on that ball, but was able to just kind of knock it goalwards, and that's all it took.
Now on the attack are the Monks. trying to get something going. They've had a couple of great looks in the second quarter, now in the third. That one leaks out of bounds. Sent upfield, redirected out of bounds by Bouchard for the Eagles. That'll be Terrell. Tries to get it over the middle, knocked down by Avery Baker. Now turning the other way are the Eagles. That's Maddie Arsenault. That one gets sent out of bounds by Haley Brooks. Hope Bouchard sets it in. And a foul on the Eagles. Sometimes playing so tightly on defense can hurt you in the sense of those fouls. Now on the far side of the field, it's Jakes fighting with it. Tries to send it back, but nobody's home for the Monks. Just under 5 minutes left in this third quarter. Now on a good run is Warius. She's into the arc. Tries to put it back over the middle. Nobody there for the Monks. And a foul called on the Monks. It goes back the other way. And the Eagles get a chance to escape. It's now Arsenault on the near side. Puts that one in. Gets past Michael. That's Carlock. Gets it into the middle. And a penalty corner awarded to the Eagles, as that was Avery Baker getting tripped up. Now their sixth penalty corner of the game. They've been able to capitalize on them. It'll be Murch to insert on the far side. Sends it in to Carlock. Puts it back to Bouchard. Bouchard shot and saved, kicked out of bounds by Collins. Now with the chance to clear for the Monks, Anna Michael. Sends it upfield, and vicious pass, just skips through everybody.
Yeah, Michaels has had a couple of those. I think she's one of those players out there who could get it the full length of the field on a counterattack type play, but hasn't managed to connect for the Monks yet.
Fighting with it on the near side, Abby Ross with Gerard. Ross wins the battle, gets it back. Now Louder sends it upfield. Good touch by Murch as she gets by the defender. Can't get it past Saul, excuse me. And another long pass. Casal handles that one. Tries to get it out of the shooting circle. And it goes back to the Eagles. Now far side of the field, about the 20-yard line. Trying to feed it in. Frost is there fighting with Carlock. Eagles right on the edge of that circle. Gonna get another chance into Frost. Frost fighting with it. Rosso. And a penalty corner is going back Husson's way. It'll be Murch to insert. Once again, far side of the field.
I think the kind of underrated thing about these penalty corners is it forces half the team to kind of jog half field before every single one of these, and the Eagles have had fair share in this game.
There's Bouchard. That one skips up and off the defender. That one rings the bell of Sadie Terrell. That was a good one. But appears to be okay. Bouchard takes over at the 35-yard line. Gets it into Frost. Frost now gets past one defender up to the middle. Top of that arc. Gets it in. Poked away by Haley Brooks. Now back in by Frost. And Another penalty corner awarded to the Eagles. Murch again. Eagles really haven't even used the near side now for the penalty corners. In terms of their set pieces, Bouchard looks to find Carlock. That one is in off the kick save of Collins. I believe that was Carlock on the far side. Nobody covering that side for the Eagles. And again, I think the defenders caught off guard. Now 5-0. Eagles starting to run away with this one here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I think the Eagles are a little bit lucky to get away with that one. There was a missed first shot there where she didn't even get a piece of it, just kind of trickled right past her. Found its way right to the stick of another Eagles attacker who managed to bury that one home.
It was Carlock on the goal, and Drew waved at it and ultimately missed. Carlock is sent off. Not quite sure if that was a card or not. It does appear to be. So it was a green card called on the Eagles for celebration. Subbing too early, excuse me. So Carlock, the player, getting the 2-minute break, as now man up or woman up are the Monks. Gonna try to take advantage of that. That first pass goes out of bounds. Looking for Jakes.
Yeah, and this one right now is starting to slip away for the Monks a little bit. I think they haven't really had a whole lot of chance in this one. I don't think Kimmy Goddard's really done much in goal tonight, other than maybe 2 or 3 different plays. But this defense for the Eagles has been dominant, hasn't really allowed that many shots on our only 2 on the night. So the Eagles right now just kind of pushing this one further and further out of the picture for St. Joe's.
Bouchard now. Michael knocks that one down. Gets it back. And another penalty corner awarded to the Eagles. Playing down a player, still get the penalty corner. And this Eagles offense really showing a lot of the signs we saw last year going through that conference championship of that offense, really just firing on all cylinders. Inserted again, here's Perkins. Up to Drew, now back to Murch. And unable to get the handle on that as that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, they can be a very dangerous team if they are firing on all cylinders, both offensively and defensively. We mentioned that they have such a strong defense, obviously with the backbone of Kimmy Goddard in goal. With that offense, if that offense is clicking, then it allows that defense to just kind of do their thing, and they don't have to press up the field at all.
30 seconds left in the third quarter as the Eagles will play it wide down to the near side of the field. Foul called on Brooks. Eagles will take over with about 10 seconds left. Bouchard brings it in, sends it to the circle. Unable to handle it as Frost, and time runs out on the third quarter. Eagles taking a 5-0 lead over St. Joe's, looking to try to end a 3-game skid as we head to the fourth and final quarter. Back for the fourth and final quarter on the campus of Husson University is Ethan Moss alongside Avery Henningsen. 5-0 lead for the Eagles as they lead it in terms of shots 11-2, so that really tells the tale of the tape. Here, not too many offensive chances for the Monks, and the Eagles defense has been up to the task. As Perkins sets it off here in the fourth and final quarter. That one immediately goes out of bounds. And the Monks with an early chance here.
And not how you want to start the fourth quarter. I was just about to say, at this point, the Eagles just want to possess. Just run this clock down. They're up 5. No reason to kind of really get risky out there. You kind of give the ball away right in the attacking zone.
A good chance there, stuffed out by Louder. As a little bit of a tough time getting to that handle for Warius. Now at the top is Terrell trying to get it in. That's Jax on the far side. Now sent upfield, Carlock unable to get there. That one goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Last touched by the Eagles. This one sent in, and dangerous play called. Now the Eagles with possession. Warius trying to challenge Perkins. Perkins gets it away upfield. Now on a good attack for the Eagles. Unable to corral that pass. There's Capozzoli. Now she gets it back to Carlock. Carlock into the circle. This one redirected to the near side of the field. Now Perkins at the top. Back to Ramsdell. Ramsdell sends it wide of Carlock and out of bounds.
Almost some great passing there on that one. The Eagles kind of trying to fit it around top of the offense. It's difficult to make a couple passes in a row in a tight little area like that.
Now Perkins gonna dribble it. Tries to get it upfield, and she does, past the foul. And another foul called just as she gets around one defender. And called a penalty corner. Actually for the Eagles. Now Murch on the far side will insert. This is the Eagles at full attacking strength. Now we haven't seen that in about a quarter for a penalty corner. Murch gets it into Perkins. Perkins gonna pass it off to Drew. Back to Perkins. Perkins takes a shot. That one goes wide off the stick of the defender, Brooks. She gets there just in time. Cassidy Collins is having what feels like a good night in goal. She's made a few great saves, but just seen a lot of volume in terms of shots on goal and unable to handle them all.
It's hard as a goalkeeper if you're just kind of getting it with that many shots out there. Eventually, some of them are going to go in. The goalkeeper, the odds aren't really on your side, so to say. That the more shots that get taken against you, the more chances there are to be scored.
Now up the far side, gets away from Jax, but possession stays with the Monks. Last touch by the Eagles. It'll be Terrell. Now trying to find Jax, but knocked away by Tillotson. Eagles take this possession upfield. Now, here's Capozzoli, gets it in. Carlock now on the far side, making a run into the circle. Carlock got to turn it in to Capozzoli, and a penalty corner awarded for the Eagles. And this time, going to mix it up. It'll be Tillotson to insert from the near side. Now Tillotson near side puts it into Eagles. Now a shot. This one knocked down by Terrell. Perkins with it in to the circle now. And a foul called on Tillotson. Goes back the other way. Here's Michael, sends it upfield. Another hard pass, unable to be corralled by her teammates. And it goes back to the Eagles. Now here's Ramsdell on the near side.
Seems like with Michaels that if she could get that power kind of under control and in an accurate sense, it can be a very dangerous ball from that backside.
This one kicked away by Collins. Shot outside the circle from, I believe, Capizzoli or Perkins.
But sort of kind of like a quarterback throwing the ball just too hard. It's hard for the offense to kind of get a hold of it if the ball's coming in at such a speed. Obviously, you can get it way up the field, but there's really no chance for them to kind of corral it, barring a just really, really talented kind of catch of the ball.
This one, Perkins puts a good ball in, but just wide of the goal. Unable to get there on the misdirect in time was Capizzoli. Also there on the play was Tillotson. Pass goes wide off of the stick of Brooks. Out of bounds, the Eagles have possession again. Here's Ramsdell. Splits defenders, gets fouled, and sticks with it. Ramsdell again tries to find Perkins, goes wide. Now here's Jakes on a bit of a run, trying to split some Eagles. Gets through and gets it knocked away, taken away by Bouchard. Now finds Carlock on the far side. Carlock gets it stolen by Terrell. Terrell and Carlock fighting for it about the 20-yard line. Carlock finally gets it in. Michaels is there to stuff that attack. Send that one out of bounds. Eagles will take over just past midfield. There's Abby Ross sends it in. Now Drew plays it over to Bouchard. Bouchard, good run past the defender, gets it knocked away by Grosso. Now here's Perkins. That one poked away. St. Joe's trying to turn up field. Here's Warius. Warius been fairly quiet all night, gets it past and just sends it out of bounds. She had a great run going there. And just enough of a stick on it for Abby Ross to get it out of bounds. Now the Eagles at midfield. Changing direction now to the far side. Trying to find Carlock on the long pass. She gets it. Now struggles with the handle. Tries to get it back in to Capizzoli. Capizzoli with it. Knocked away by Sell. Perkins there to track it down. Excuse me, that's Rory McGinley there to track it down for the Eagles.
This is a chance here coming up in this last couple minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Dahlhoff starts sending in some of those new players, some of those bench players. See, a couple players just went in right there.
Warriors with a chance, gets it knocked away. And it will be a penalty corner for St. Joe's, their first in feels like an eternity.
But allows you here up 5-0. You can put in some players who didn't get minutes earlier in this one and give them a chance to get some game time experience early on in the season.
It'll be Jakes to insert. Now over to Warius. Warius, hard stick. That one saved by Goddard. And the Eagles win the penalty corner yet again.
That probably feels good for Goddard. I don't think she's really touched the ball in probably 20, 30 minutes of game time. be over an hour out here on the field.
Now this one goes wide for Ramsdell. Pass intended for Ramsdell. Now back on the attack, Terrell sends it up, knocked down by McGinley. Jack's trying to stick with it, keep it in the offensive zone, but she's got 2 defenders on her. That one eventually poked away as she fouls McGinley. McGinley's pass goes wide and back to St. Joe's. Knocked down once again by the Eagles. Eagles trying to turn upfield as it's Perkins sending it way far to the far side, and that one's going to trickle out of bounds. It was intended for Maddie Arsenault. Now here's Frost turning upfield and getting fouled by the defender. Perkins will take over, tries to get it in. Arsenault now looking for Frost, gets it taken away by Terrell. Sends it out of bounds. Out about 25-yard line are the Eagles on attack. Terrell yet again there on defense to intercept the pass. Now numbers on the near side of the field for the Monks as the pass just gets away.
They seem to be having that issue all day, kind of between the 30 and the 30 here on the football field. It's just not been the Monks area out there. The Eagles have really dominated in the midfield, which I think is really important in this kind of field sports. I know I brought it up, kind of the reference to soccer, lacrosse, similar to field hockey, the way that if you can win the midfield, I think you'll win the game most days, barring some kind of incredible counterattacks and such. But the Eagles have just controlled possession this whole time.
They've made it very hard to even make those passes, so no wonder that they've been going wide or been too hard, too strong to handle. As now Warriors on a good attack, gets that one taken away by Crummett. Warriors tries to get it in. Lauren Brown is there to take it away. Avery Baker now working her way to the far side of the field. Having a tough time with the defender there in Jakes. The Eagles will take a moment to reset. Now 3.5 minutes left on the clock here in this fourth and final quarter. Eagles still with a 5-0 advantage, as they have just looked in control pretty much from the get-go. Long pass upfield is finally handled. And here goes Warriors on a run on the near side. Gets past one defender. She's got only one teammate in the circle to help. She splits defenders and gets that one knocked away. Jakes is there to back her up, as they'll take a moment trying to reset. Pass goes wide for Terrell, but foul called on the Eagles.
And you can see glimpses as to why Warriors scored so many last season. With the ball on her stick, she's very talented out there. She just hasn't gotten a whole lot of help from the rest of her teammates out there on offense. Seems like it's kind of been a one-player show up there whenever they're on that offensive attack.
Feels like a lot of these midfielders for the Monks have really been hanging back and really unsure whether or not they can go out and help on attack, because they've got to be there, because the Eagles, they have that great counterattack and ability to get the ball up the field quickly and surprise you on the other end. Now 2 minutes left. There's Louder with it now, finding Drew. Frost now coming to the near side. Working her way upfield, tries to pass it in. It's Brown, knocked away by Brooks. Out of bounds. Eagles will take over at about the 40-yard line.
They're content right now to just kind of run this clock down. I don't think that one right there was intentional by any means, but that was kind of poor timing of just Eagles at this point in the game are minute left, up 5. You've won this one already. Obviously, love another goal out there, but you're not going to be trying to really press for anything at this point. The game is in hand for them.
St. Joe's now trying to just maybe find one more good attack. Trying not to leave a goose egg up on the scoreboard. That's taken away almost immediately by Crummett. Goes back out of the end line. Now Drew with it. Sends it back upfield. Louder will work her way around a couple of defenders for St. Joe's, just trying to waste some time. Foul called on St. Joe's. Ross with it, about the 40-yard line. And as the clock expires, the Eagles will come away with a 5-0 win as they win their season opener, trying to keep the Eagles undefeated for opening weekend as they take this one 5-0 over the Monks of St. Joseph's, ending a 3-game losing streak dating back to 2018. And this really feels like a dominant squad put out there yet again.
A great job, I think, for the Eagles, up and down. Defense played great. Goddard didn't really have to do much of anything, but we know she's good out there. And that defense played really, really well, didn't allow a whole lot of chances. And I think for the Eagles, very promising offensively for them. Obviously, we talked about it. They struggle a little bit offensively in the past, but in this game, 5 goals, it's a pretty good total out there for them.
And the Eagles will go on the road. Vermont State University Castleton is their next opponent. That will be Sunday at noon. We'll be back here tomorrow at 1 for opening day for football against Norwich University. Myself and Frank Pergolizzi on the call. We'll be bringing you that at 1 o'clock. For Ethan Moss and Avery Henningsen, thank you for tuning in to this one.